Thank you for joining. It's Friday. Yay. We have a relatively short agenda. Let me see. See the agenda? Thanks, Barb. We're going to start again with our breakdown just because I feel like that's important to start every meeting with, so you can see the scope of Riverbend Food Bank, the 23 counties, the 400 partners. So we'll get to that slide in a minute. We have KD Williams here, who's going to talk about Riverbend social media. Jared's going to give a pantry highlight, and then we're just going to open it up for questions and thoughts. I've got Gretchen here because I know we have a lot of operations questions that come through, ordering and delivery questions. And Jenny VP is also here, who can answer questions on a big scale of the organization as well. So with that, here's the slide that we offer every meeting. Let's see, how do I advance it to get this out part stuff on there? So as you can see, we've got 400 plus hunger relief partners, and that could be a food pantry, school pantry, backpacks, any of the programs that Riverbend offers. Altogether, we're working with 400 different sites to deliver the food out to the communities that are in need. So sometimes this meeting is more relevant to you than others, but I think it's important that we're all on these meetings to get the bigger picture of what Riverbend is able to accomplish with your partnership. We are so appreciative of all of you and what you offer in return to your community. So thank you very much. So appreciative of you. And please, at any time during the month when we don't have a meeting, if you have a question or a concern, you know you can reach out to anybody on the partnerships team, to Gretchen or Emily. I'm going to throw this in there. The best way to reach Gretchen and Emily is orders@riverbendfoodbank.org. And we can maybe put that in the chat so you can get that visual. That is the best way to reach either one of them if you have a question on delivery or ordering. So with that being said, any questions at this point before we turn it over to Katie? You want to take my computer? Is that easier for you just to switch?
I can just go right from here. We're all good.
Good.
Let me do two computers.
Yes.
Cameras are off. I don't know that.
Oh, no, it's not. Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. Sorry.
My name is Katie, and I wanted to talk about our social media just a little bit. One of my projects since being here has been to kind of revamp our social medias. We have a Facebook, an Instagram, and a LinkedIn account. Feel free to scan the QR code, follow, share it with anyone. We're looking to grow, especially our Instagram, but anything is helpful. We post different events that we've gone to or hosted, like Women Fighting Hunger. Right now, we're running a volunteer campaign. It is Volunteer Month, so there will be a post out actually now about our volunteer of the week, which was Larry. And so you can go ahead and check that out. And we would love to hear from you guys about different stories. So if you would like to share your story for us to use on social media for grants or other purposes, please scan this QR code or click the link here. These stories will just be used for different promotional tactics or just to share the great work that we do alongside you as our partners.
I was actually just typing in the chat, but I just tell you that obviously the slide deck will be sent out, so you will have access to these QR codes. Please feel free to print them or share them. The more we can get circulating the good work that you are doing, as well as Riverbend, the better off we all are. And again, those stories help us tremendously. So please share your stories with us, which helps us to spread the word as well about the good work that you are doing. Questions on anything that Katie relayed? Okay, we're going to turn it over to Jared.
All right. So I think Katie, your mic's on. Yeah, there you go. So we'll swap. A bit closer. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Katie. All righty. So for the hunger relief partner highlight, we have done this month. It's Dubuque Food Pantry. And I visited them, I believe it was January or February of this year. And it was just a really amazing experience. So I kind of wanted to brag on them for this one. And I'll start with saying they offer a neighbor-friendly model with intentional layout for dignity. So if you can see some of these photos, it's set up pretty much like a small grocery store. And their layout is intentional as just like the grocery store, you have produce and fruits and veggies at the beginning. You can see that that's how they start off. So they're able to select their vegetables and their fruits in a dignified way. The shelving is organized and intentionally placed as we all are supposed to do. You use first in, first out. And it's just a really awesome experience when you see through that way. They have a variety, which is really nice. It's hard to come by some items, but they're very intentional about when they can get their hands on one of everything. They put those up so their guests have the ability to get a variety of things at their pantry. Their volunteers go the extra mile to support the neighbors. I saw an interaction that was really cool. So there was a guest coming into the pantry when I was there observing and monitoring their site, and it was their first time coming, and you could tell they felt very uncomfortable. And so they were explaining their situation to the volunteer, saying, hey, this is why I'm here. I won't be here forever. And instead of like cutting them off, the volunteer listened and let them, speak their piece and feel comfortable. And then they said, thank you for coming to the pantry. That's exactly what we're here for. And so it was really cool. They didn't dismiss them, or they allowed them to, vocalize their reason why they came. So it felt like a humane interaction. And then they also affirmed by saying, hey, that is what we're here for. So anytime we can do that and set ease to our neighbors, it's so important to foster a wonderful environment. And Dubuque isn't the only pantry that does that. And in the future, your agency will also have the opportunity to be on here, and I will share those details as well. And again, they foster this sense of community. Like you guys all know that this is more of the same with that you guys all do. So I think that's awesome. I chatted with Nora and Zach, who run the food pantry, and they wanted to kind of share their thoughts about kind of corroborating what I said about the compassion of the volunteers. So as we know, we all serve folks from all walks of life, and so are our volunteers. And so they do it for religious reasons. They do it for mission minded. They do it because they like to serve people, those type of things. And they just wanted to really emphasize how proud they are of their volunteers and the wonderful job they do being intentional with the guests. So Zach and Nora have fostered a wonderful environment, and they wanted to say that they started there as volunteers themselves, being able to treat the neighbors humanely and loved on them. And now as staff members, they vow to continue that process. So that's all I have to say about that.
Thanks, Jared. You can just keep that for now. We're so IT savvy here that we're literally in the same room sharing computers back and forth. So thank you for your patience with that. That was amazing. Well done, Dubuque Food Pantry. Is anyone on the line wanting to share anything that any stories or positive happenings, or actually even, things that you want to work through with the ears of other food pantry directors? Anything at all that you want to come off your mic or raise your hand or put in the chat? This is a good opportunity to run things by your fellow pantry directors or address questions from any of us here on staff. Anybody have anything fun to share over the last couple months? Anybody want to share any information on how changes in SNAP work requirements are affecting or not affecting? I just want to make sure we're giving you ample time to ask anything that might be on your mind. And if not, that is way okay too. I'm going to take that as a really good sign that you guys have what you need that when you do have questions or concerns, you do know who to contact right away to get more of an immediate answer than having to wait for a monthly meeting. We have Danielle is also on the call, as well as Nora, who I'm assuming you all know who those individuals are, because that's part of the partnerships team that's been reaching out to partners. Again, Gretchen and Jenny are here. I realize the last couple of meetings have had a little bit of a lighter agenda. We will have a meeting in May to kind of wrap up the springtime. We are contemplating having a break in June and July just because people are very busy. Schools are obviously, most of them are not in session, and that's also people that are invited to here. So we may take a break and reconvene in August. That will be about the time when your paperwork will be sent to you, and we will need to get that back in, ASAP to keep the ordering live and active for you as a pantry. Otherwise, guys, I don't know if anybody else on here has anything they want to share about how appreciative we are of all of you, but please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at any time if you need anything from your Riverbend partner. Anybody else? No, we're good.
Well said to me.
Okay, that was a 12-minute meeting. But I really am going to take that as good. I just saw a thumbs up from Barb's. We're good. I'm really going to take that as a good sign, as you guys are getting your answers taken care of whenever they do arise. So with that, we will we'll sign off, and we'll see you in May, and then we'll take a couple month break. If you have anything that you would like to see on the May agenda, please send it to me or or Jared or Danielle. Okay. Have a great weekend and enjoy the weather.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.